Wooks and Warlocks contains sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and as such it's intended for adults. Listener discretion is advised. Content warning can be found in the description.
Powder Rangers? Harry Frills? Dames in distress? Things in Yamaya seem to be getting worse before they get better. Let's hope that the crew can escape the Heaven's Devil's base and make some sense of things in the world of Wooks and Warlocks.
Hello and welcome to Wooks and Warlocks, a role-playing tour through the summer of love. In this podcast, we will be playing out a story of adventure and magic using dice and skills to determine the outcomes of our actions. My name is Trey Miller, and I will play the role of Game Master for this journey. I am joined by three of the finest folks to roll the dice. Please introduce yourselves and your characters.
I'm Tony Ryan. I'll be playing Xxxzantor, the Drake Warden.
My name is Jessie Bennett. I will be playing Granny Glenda. She's a half-orc, half-foxfolk rogue.
My name is John Lombardi. I'll be playing Elijah Woodstone, the enlightened elk folk farm wizard.
When we were last with the happy tricksters, they had discovered the whereabouts of the missing Penny Lane and made friends with a local to Yamaya, Harry Frills, the porn detective, Private Eye. Penny, under the influence of dark magics or destructive intoxicants, had been turned out on the streets, sent to lure in unsuspecting customers, jawns, some might say, marks, targets, to be brought back to the Heaven's Devil's subset, the Servants of Wrath, headquarters just outside of Yamaya. With some quick thinking, the party was able to sedate Penny Lane, who seemed to be stuck in a loop of inviting folks to go with her to some mysterious location. And John Paul carried his sister back to the bungalows, where she lay resting while the party prepared for an assault on the Heaven's Devil's headquarters. Their other new companions, Gil, Sarah, Chad, and Tree, revealed themselves to have been blessed with magical powers and cast a spell of seeming on the party so that they could take the appearance of 2 sex workers and 2 customers, returning to the Heaven's Devil's headquarters. They loaded into Gil's jalopy and took off. Took off in the dark of night. Gil dropped the group off just outside of sight of the floodlight-lit junkyard where the Heaven's Devils made their headquarters. The Servants of Wrath had used the machinery at the junkyard to stack countless cars crushed by massive machines in a labyrinthian pattern, making formidable walls supporting razor wire chain link fences and scattering the pathways through their fortress so that only those who knew the way would be able to make easy passage. The group was able to infiltrate with quick thinking. Elijah Woodstone, Granny Glenda, Xxxzantor and Harry Frills were able to penetrate the outer walls of the junkyard with little trouble. But they were quickly lost in the mazes of stacked vehicles, and quick moving to escape cameras led the party to a path that ultimately opened up to a small hole that showed a building on the other side. The group, fervently in search of the camera control room in order to shut off surveillance inside the makeshift fort, sent Granny Glenda through the hole, where she found a waiting guard on the other side. Using her newfound magical powers, Granny Glenda turned invisible and, filled with bloodlust, applied her assassin's edge, revealing her half-orcish nature as she thrust her weapons into her enemy, instantly killing the guard, but revealing herself in the process. The camera on the outside of the cinderblock building she stood in front of, exposed in floodlight, gave warning to some unseen surveiller who activated an alarm. We return to the party as the alarm sings loud and Granny Glenda stands up from her kill.
Elijah, come help me with these wires.
Yeah, I'm going to try to fit. Can I fit through there? I'm always worried my horns aren't going to let me fit in places.
Dame, I knew you wasn't going to do no good. Roll for, if you're going to try to get through this hole, because of your horns, you're definitely going to have to roll to see if you're able to get through or if you get stuck.
Are your horns smaller right now because of the spell?
Oh, that's right. No, they didn't become smaller. He put an afro on them.
They're kind of like hidden, like the best that spell could do, but I don't think it was able to like necessarily turn them invisible.
At all?
Do what?
Were they? Did they shrink at all?
I think they were. I did shrink a little bit, so I did be a little bit smaller than I was.
I think mostly you chose to cover them with an afro.
Yeah, but I did shrink my size. Like I got thinner and a little shorter to be like more feminine.
By about 1 foot.
Yeah, just by a little bit. Oh my God, that's a 4. Well, I don't even know what I was rolling, but I bet it ain't good.
All right, so we talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but you guys are under the effects of the seeming spell, and now people are after you. We're in a touch of a time crunch, and we'll say that the time that you all have spent traveling through this maze is roughly about an hour has passed since it was 7 when you arrived. It is now It was 7 when you arrived, and then you took an additional 30 minutes to look for the jars. So then you had 6.5 hours. So now you all have 5.5 hours left on your seeming. Not that makes too much of a difference, as you are a bit made. It is aware that there is someone here doing bad.
Okay, I'm going to throw my daggers. I'm going to get up close to the wires and throw my dagger at the wires and slice them that way.
That's a great idea. And Elijah, you are stuck with your 4, by the way. You are stuck.
As soon as I realize that I'm stuck, I'm just going to panic and cast gaseous form on myself at 3rd level. Great.
Okay, cool. So
and then zip on through and as a little fart.
So you've become a fart and have a 10-foot movement speed. So Granny is going to slice the wires. Which wires are you cutting? Like the ones that lead to the building, you're trying to throw a knife at them?
I'm getting up close first.
Okay.
I'm like running closer towards them.
So they are, these wires going to the building are connecting to like to like a conduit pipe on top of the building. So its connection point is pretty high in the air, probably about 15 feet above where you would stand normally.
All right, then I'll just throw it anyway, and throw my dagger.
All right.
Up 15 feet.
Let's go ahead and make an attack, but with disadvantage because these are...
Oh, wait! No, I probably don't have... Well, I have that bow from the... Or my gun.
Do you want to shoot the gun?
Probably not. That's a little loud.
Oh, that would be loud. Good. Yeah.
Xxxzantor, as soon as he hears that alarm start going off and sees Elijah turn into gas, he's going to remember a spell he wrote down back in the day called Pass Without Trace, and he's going to go ahead and cast that on the whole party, which is going to give us a +10 to all of our dexterity and stealth checks.
I like to think that Drake walks up to you in Draconic. He's like, hey, did you know that Rangers get access to 1st and 2nd level spells starting at 3rd level? You're going to start getting a spell per level. And you're level 5, so you probably have a few spells that Xantor could use every now and then.
Yeah, Xantor like winks at him
and he
winks back.
So he's like, he's going to give you a zoot suit high five.
Oh, it looks precious.
Oh, he does. That's so cute.
So you're going to cast Pass Without a Trace, and everyone is going to get +10 to their stealth checks as long as Xantor is able to maintain concentration. So
and this gives us an hour, and it's +10 to all the dexterity checks too. So like throwing knives and stuff.
Is it +10 to dexterity checks? I think it's just dexterity checks. Is it related to?
It says +10 to dexterity and then stealth in parentheses. So I don't know.
So what that means is specifically for stealth.
Oh yeah, because the stealth is a dex type of dex check. So it's saying that it's stealth in particular.
All right. Well, he was hoping to help with any sword tossing or anything, but this is his first time using this spell, so he's still kind of getting the hang of it.
He still tells Granny Glenda, "You're gonna do better now."
Did Granny successfully cut the wires?
Did you roll to attack?
I rolled a 19.
Even with disadvantage.
Oh, I didn't. Disadvantage.
Because these are wires hanging in air, it's a tough target to hit, and with your dagger, you're going to be able to hit one at a time.
Yeah. Even with disadvantage.
Great. So Granny Glenda tosses a dagger, and it's going to hit 1 out of the 5 lines that you see up there. And as you hit it, you see a floodlight go off in the distance.
Okay.
Xantor would try to like sneak through after Elijah turns into gas, and would probably notice what Granny was doing, throwing the knife, and so he would like whip out his crossbow and try to do the same, try to shoot at one of the wires.
All right, go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage.
20.
Wow.
Nice.
So you guys are just absolute sharpshooters, and another floodlight goes out in the distance, and you hear alarmed shouting from the guards along the walls. Hey, what's going on, you guys? I don't know. It seems like the lights are going out. I'm alarmed and I'm shouting. The guards exclaim as darkness begins to envelop the junkyard.
And he gets 2 attacks per turn now.
Is he going to do it again?
Yeah, he'd love to do it again. So he's going to quickly reload from his reload training, fire off another bolt. And that is a 21.
Again, a third floodlight goes out, and more than half of this place is now shrouded in darkness. Granny Glenda, did you want a bonus action do anything?
Yeah, I'll,
How many wires total are
There
there?
are 5.
5 total?
3 are
five,
cut.
3 are cut. So how far away is my dagger
How far away is it?
that I threw? Yeah.
Oh, I would suppose that it's, probably about 10, 15 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm going to pick it up and then throw it again.
Okay.
And the wires are coming out of the top of the building? And kind of running down the side of it or something?
No, these are...
Or like power line type.
These are power lines, and it's extending around. You guys didn't really take a look at the wires or where they go, but they're almost gone now, and it's pretty evident. Yeah, this building contains the power lines for the area. We don't know yet if it's the surveillance building, but
Gotcha.
you know for sure that these lines are cutting power to the lights.
You're just clipping the lights out. Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
So, with your 17 again, just poof, there is one line left, and the lights go out where you're at, poof, and it is dark now. You see one light and remains, and that's near the entrance.
Drake would try to jump up and bite one of them things.
Drake's gonna try to jump up and bite a power line.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Again, this will be an attack with disadvantage.
18.
No.
But he is an acid dragon. He's not like a lightning dragon, so this might hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, so he jumps up and bites down, and we're going to need him to make a Constitution saving throw. And we'll make the DC for this 14.
9.
Oh no, so he's going to bite onto this cable, trying to help, just trying to do his very best. Oh, and he takes 1 damage. He is zapped and falls to the ground, slightly steaming and charred. His zoot suit is now smoky and sort of at the fringes it is singed.
Xantor runs over. He's like, "Oh, but little buddy, like, you didn't have to do that. Oh my god, I love you so much." He like picks him up and holds him and gives him a kiss on the head.
Xantor and Drake are bonding. You hear Harry. I didn't sign up for this. What's going on here? We gotta find the dames.
Is that alarm still going off?
The alarm is still going off, and it is dark. All right, so we got the cover at night. I feel stealthier for some reason because of your boy's weird voodoo magic. I'm thinking we can find the dames. Maybe the dames will be covered by the same voodoo magic. We can sneak stems out of here. I saw a cut hole in the fence back there. There weren't no dang cause. You remember back on the far right when we was passing by the wall? There was a place where we could get straight to the razor wire. We cut through that razor wire. We're gonna be able to get them dames out of here.
All right, well, let's start finding them then.
He says, all right. So we got to be at the back now, right? Like thinking about them schematics we had. We was trying to get to the left one, but we ended up going forward and then doubling back, going all the way to the edge. That put us at the east side. The east side's where there's the hole. The east side's where we got to cut through. Any of you guys with your magics, anything you could do to cut through that hole? I bet some sick fuckers like these folks got a plasma cutter somewhere around here. Why don't we check inside that building over there?
All right, I'll break in for you.
So, you guys, he kicks at the door. Yeah, it's locked. What, dame? You think you can break in?
Oh, I've broken into many houses in my day.
Hey, yeah, all right.
Gosh, that's gonna be like a 39.
So with the 39, you look at it and the door gets scared. And
wait, that's sleight of hand, not stealth.
Sleight of hand is the correct thing to roll for.
Yeah, but I was adding the plus 10 from his.
Oh, okay.
So 29,
so
but it's still good.
Yeah.
The doorknob is not running away scared like cartoon doorknob from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It is instead just unlocked like a normal doorknob that is hit with thieves' tools, and the door creaks open. It is, of course, dark inside this building because of the lights being cut, but you have dark vision, so you can see. In front of you, there are a few items strewn about the room. You see a control panel, like an electrical box with buttons, panels that open, things you have no idea what to do with. You see one wall of this roughly 30 by 30 foot building, this room, big warehouse room. One wall is just covered in tools with a table in front of it also covered in tools. You see a small machine on the table that looks like it folds up into a smaller portable package, but you can't quite tell what the machine is. And you see a device that looks almost like the gun you've been carrying, but it's got a large nozzle and like a piece of metal that arcs in front of the nozzle. Does anybody go into the room or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the room.
Yeah, Xantor and Drake would follow them in there. He has dark vision as well.
I'm a fart right now, and I can't talk or like manipulate any objects. So I'm just like, I let you know I'm here by like, like the brushing the air, or like the air around your hair, and you feel me there, and like maybe I'm creeping up under your nose, and you give me a little, you can smell I'm in the room.
You making fart noises?
Hey, where the hell did Elijah go anyways? What's with this fart?
Sonny, I believe that is Elijah.
Yeah, I thought you was the old fart around here. You get it? Y'all get it?
I'm not the only one. Now, what is this little gun over there, or gun-looking thing over here, Xantor? Would you like to check that out?
Yes, I love guns. This looks like the Eliminator 4000.
Are you investigating the gun-like object in the corner of the room?
Yeah.
When you approach it, you see that it is a large, heavy, two-handed sort of thing that has a hose coming off of it, connected to actually an even bigger backpack that is nearby, and the backpack and two-handed large gun. It's almost like out of character. I mean, we're talking about something like the size of a Sawzall or like a Super Soaker, like a large water gun, like there we go, like a Ghostbusters. What you're seeing is a Ghostbusters gun.
Yeah, I was thinking like the big Gears of War gun, like the size of like the big chainsaw thing on the front of it.
Exactly that.
He looks back at Granny. He's like, I actually think this is the Eliminator 5000. And he starts messing with the hoses. And he's like, I believe this connects here and this and there. And
Do you mess with the hoses? Okay, roll sleight of hand.
So he really has no idea out of game, but he's pretty good at sleight of hand. He's pretty good at figuring out stuff. He got a 19.
All right, so with your 19, you do not blow a hose off of this device, sending whatever is in that tube into the air. You pick it up and see that it is a weight that almost anybody could, even Granny Glenda could carry it actually. But and you haven't quite identified it. Harry walks up, and says, "Oh yeah, that's one of them things, huh? From what I understand, that thing's bad news. Well, bad news for whoever's on the other side of it. That thing could cut straight to nothing. That it's like a concentrated flamethrower. They call them plasma. I don't know exactly. It's new tech. Shit so far beyond me. It was magic before y'all's magic came around here. These heavens devils means business if they got one of these.
It's like a beam, like a plasma beam almost type thing.
Yeah, you could focus it, be like a flamethrower, or you could use it as like a beam to cut through stuff. I only ever seen them. I ain't never used one,
That wasn't Elijah. Elijah can't talk. That was just John. Yeah. I was curious about it.
Xantor tries to put it on Drake, but it's probably a little too big for him.
The backpack is larger than Drake.
Yeah, so as soon as he notices it doesn't fit on Drake, he's hands it over and holds it up, for anybody that wants to take it.
Granny Glenda's gonna grab that.
So you put the backpack on and take the plasma torch?
Yeah.
All right, so you have armed yourself with a plasma torch, and it's going to deal 1d8 fire damage. Hold on, I have to redo that because I bumped the mic, and I'm going to have to re-record it. And I also want to look up damage tapes.
Round and around we go.
All right, so it's going to deal. It's going to deal 1d8 fire damage and 1d8 force damage within 15 feet. And you can use one action to cut through 5 feet of metal in a straight line. This object is so bulky that while using it, you are unable to use any of your other weapons, and you make stealth checks at a disadvantage, and you're going to have 5 feet less movement.
Well, I have a flamethrower now.
Yeah, it's not a bad touch for you, Dame. Maybe it'll help get some muscle on them old bones.
Well, do you know what all these buttons in this corner do? Perhaps you could figure out which ones do what, and we could shut some stuff down.
Yeah, I ain't no electro wizard. Hey, it looks like y'all already cut all of it anyways, huh? This, though, and he points to the small mechanical device sitting on the table. That's something interesting.
Gonna do like an Arcana check or something?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so, we're not from this world, but Xantor still thinks he knows a thing or two. He probably doesn't with an 11, though.
So Xantor goes and picks it up and is examining it. What does he call it?
Is it what? Can you describe the shape to me a little bit?
So this is actually, you see that it is a device that has handles that screw and unscrew into an activated position and a storage position. It's like a collapsible thing that has a metal anvil base on the inside where one lever screws in, and another feeding device where something is inserted into a hole, and then something else is inserted above that, and then you squeeze the two levers together to compress an item into another item.
I don't know, guys. This looks like some kind of sex toy. He just sets it back down.
Shit, you gonna leave it? I'm gonna take it. That there's a bullet press. You know how to make bullets. You can make anything with this thing. And Harry's gonna go pick it up.
Sure. He doesn't believe him.
Xantor, you've been looking for one of those for a very long time.
Hey, finders keepers.
I know a sex toy when I see one. Thanks, Granny.
No. Okay. Well, I think that he should really have it, though. I mean, he's been looking for it for years, and
Years? You guys have only been here for like a week or two. What are you talking about, years?
And I've got my dame right here. Where? Oh, yeah. Elijah's gone.
I forgot that you remembered that we traveled back time. Oh, yeah.
I imagine it more like...
Yeah, that's sweet.
So, Elijah the Fart comments on the unfolding scenario. Harry says, hey, whatever, I'll keep it for now. You don't get it, it's whatever. Your girl here says you might want this. Maybe you should listen to her, but whatever, I'll keep it for now. I'm going to make some bullets. And you see he sort of disassembles it and reassembles it in its storage position and tucks it away in his trench coat. He says, all right, We got to get out of here. They're gonna be on to us. We spent a lot of time in here.
All right, well, I think we got one more building to cover. We got the cover of darkness. We're all stealthy as hell. I think we can pretty much get around this place now. We might be even able to climb up some of these cars and get like a quick advance towards the rest of this complex.
How many of you's got dark vision?
I do.
Hey, Elijah. Oh, yeah, you can't talk.
He's a cloud.
How long does that spell last?
It's a 3rd level spell, so I don't want to waste it, but it's concentration for up to an hour.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that...
But I will ask if the alarm is still going off. Are people
the alarm is still going off.
coming to us?
So the alarm has gone off. It's a general alarm and has been sounded on the base, and lights have gone out everywhere. So chaos reigns here in the junkyard. They don't know exactly where you are. They know where Granny Glenda, in her seeming alternate form, murdered the guard.
Gotcha. I thought it was an alarm centered like right where our building was, like calling people to our building.
It's like a general alarm.
Gotcha. It's just the whole facility
yeah.
Gotcha. It's red lighting right now.
And
gotcha.
It would be red lighting if you guys hadn't cut off all the lights.
The lights and the did we just get lights or did we get speakers too?
You have no. Well, you didn't get speakers because the alarm is going off. You did not.
Oh yeah, not the. Yeah.
Well, look, they're gonna know where the lights were connected. They're gonna know that they're in this building, so they're probably gonna be coming looking for us. We got 2 options. We can either wait for them, ambush them, murder them all, which I vote for personally, or we can keep rolling and try to get the rest of this and figure out what's going on here.
If we are to ambush them, I'd say we get the high ground and split up. Perhaps, like, we climb on top of the cars and some of us get on top of the building and we take them in their frightened state.
What you gonna do with that flamethrower? A plasma cutter?
Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna cut some people in half and it's gonna be...
All right, but what about the dames? We gotta make sure we get the dames.
Well, why don't you work on finding them?
Oh, come on.
You're the detective here, I mean.
Yeah, we can murder a bunch of them and keep them busy while you go maybe search the rest of the facility.
If that's what you guys wants to do, I can do my best. Sure.
We do love murder.
Or we could take them out together, too, and find the dames after.
All I'm saying is we know this one's of the building. It's the only place they could be. Either that or they're over there with old... Hold on, I gotta look at what his name is. Over there with old Tax Jella. Ain't no way he's leaving his throne.
Well, they're headed this way. We gotta do something.
We can murder them on the way to the other building, Xantor.
Murder's murder.
Murder is murder.
So Xantor leaves the building. He's like stepping outside to kind of get a view of everything.
Yeah, so as you step outside, give me a perception check.
Everybody?
No, it's just Xantor.
Okay.
He stepped outside.
8.
You do not hear anything in particular as you step outside. It seems like the coast is clear.
I'm gonna follow him, too.
I'm looking too. I'm kind of everywhere.
Yeah, you can roll perception, Elijah.
Natural 20.
Yeah, so you hear that
I'm gassed, baby.
there is a small squad coming towards you. 1 on the ground and 2 on top of the vehicles surrounding the building.
So I'm going to gas myself in a direction that is like blowing past Xantor and Granny to give them kind of a feel of where the air's going, and I want to like lead them in like not towards where the groups are coming from.
You're going to try to lead them around
like maybe to a flanking position or
totally.
Going around altogether, like
so you
evading.
Yeah, totally. So there is from where you're at, there is one path leading in, and there is the small hole that you guys crawled through. And so that would be, that hole that you guys crawled through would be your way to get out. So you would be gassing them towards the hole.
I'm guessing, yeah, back towards through the hole, which should be easy to get through, and I'll see what's on the other side of that hole in my gas form.
Yeah, roll for perception.
Oh, that one wasn't as good. That's a 6.
You don't see anything, and we can sort of metagame a little bit with your natural 20 that you very clearly heard the people who were around and perceived them, and it was those 3 that we described. So you have a little bit of insight from your previous natural 20 that there's nobody on the other side of this.
Cool.
Hey, it seems like Defat wants to go this way.
I mean, you gotta follow. Go where your nose follows, right?
Follow your nose, see where it goes? Yeah, alright. Hey, you ain't all bad, dame. He's gonna get down on his knees, and his little piggy tail kind of is corkscrewing out after him, and he's gonna crawl through, get to the other side.
I too will do that.
Xantor wants to... Is there a way to, like get over that hole, or is it just, like... Because he wants to do, like, an acrobatics thing and do, like, a flip on top of all that stuff.
I mean, you can do that, but that's where the people are, and...
They're coming from the top?
They're on the top,
Okay,
yeah.
well, never mind. He'll just do, like, a stealth thing to be, like, get through there all stealthily.
You just want to roll to see how cool it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could do like a dive corkscrew spin through the hole.
It's okay. It's a 9.
It's like when Winnie the Pooh gets stuck in the hole at Rabbit's house.
Oh, plus 10. It's a 19.
Aha, because it's stealth.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, and so right when you realize you got that plus 10, Drake just sort of pushes you, and you pop through and do like a Super McVarial 9000, and then land on 2 feet.
Just like Winnie the Pooh.
Just like Winnie the Pooh. And so you guys, Harry is going to charge for. He's like, we got to get to the dames. And he's going to go back the way you guys came. And you are passing by the place where there is fence and no cars. And Harry's going to look at Granny. He says, look, I know it's going to blow our cover, right? But we got to cut a way out for these dames. Can you do it?
Yes, I can do that, Sonny. And so I'm gonna pull out use the laser beam to...
Yeah, so you pull out this plasma torch, and it has a trigger on it that is a 2-part trigger. You have to pull one trigger back and then pull the second trigger to activate it. So it's gonna, when you pull the first trigger, it releases a little bit of gas. When you pull the second trigger, it's gonna ignite into a ploof of flame that quickly focuses into a roughly 3-foot or 5-foot arc that you can use to cut through a line of metal 5 feet per 6 seconds.
Okay, so I will cut a reasonably... Well, I'll cut a hole big enough for them to get into, like just barely ducking, like not crawling, to make sure everybody can get through it. But
okay, so it's going to be like 2 turns worth of cutting?
Yeah, just to make sure that it's like not too big, not too small, you know?
All right, so let's roll stealth, disadvantage, everybody, for this first round to see if you guys are... position is given up.
I have advantage on those... Or it's not a saving throw, right? It's just a stealth roll?
It's just a stealth roll, and it's disadvantage because of the giant plasma torch.
Oh, I got you.
Do we still get our plus 10s from the pass without trace?
Yeah, totally.
22.
Yeah, 31.
With disadvantage.
Oh, wait. 19 plus 4 is 23.
Okay, so even with the ridiculously bombastic activity that you're participating in here, this 5-foot arc of pure energy cutting through metal at rates unfathomable to your old world minds, and even to Harry Frills' modern sensibilities, you are able to demolish this razor wire fence in short order. There is now, for what it's worth, a cut piece of razor wire and fence here, cut roughly, I guess that would be like 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot with a little bit of, 0.3 repeating piece. So you have that there, and it is there. There's now a hole in the fence at the east side of the junkyard.
Were you just describing like a razor frisbee?
That is up to the player to decide.
Xxxzantor kind of wants that, but doesn't want to take it now necessarily.
Yeah, it's like if you would pick it up, it's a fence wrapped with razor wire, so it's there, and it's like a double-edged sword, so to speak.
Xxxzantor will take it and kind of strap it to Drake's back real quick.
Oh my God! It is covered in razor wire
He's a
on
dragon.
all sides.
He's a dragon.
He is not okay.
He's a little Drake. He's got tough skin.
It's
You got him electrocuted.
And now I'm making up for it.
No, this is.
yeah, no. He's gonna take 4 damage as the razor wire cuts into him. He himself is now wrapped in razor wire, and we will say that the damage only happened as you installed it.
Elijah.
Badass, right?
It was pretty badass.
Elijah,
actually.
I'm really worried about Xxxzantor, I think, and we should really help Drake out. I think he might be an abusive parent, Xxxzantor.
Xantor's just steady nodding like, yeah, fuck yeah. He thinks this shit's so cool.
You talking to fight?
I'm talking to Fart.
All right, look, we got to get out of here, okay? I say we come back the way we came, jut across. Who the fuck cares about that camera anymore? They know we're here. We got to get either to the middle where Tax is, or we got to get to that other building. Frankly, I'm kind of thinking, I don't know. I shouldn't say. My intuition always gets the better of me.
You're just not gonna say you're gonna build it up like that, and just not gonna say anything. I mean, come on here.
Well,
Don't beat around the bush.
Listen, okay, I'm saying I imagine them dames, they probably ain't in the control room, all right? I bet them dames, they're up with Tax in the middle. We get over there, though, it's going to be fight time. That's all I'm saying.
Are you ready for a fight, Xxxzantor?
Hell yeah. Drake is too. Did you see his new armor? Like, it's just so awesome.
Elijah, the Fart, are you ready? All right, let's go.
Yeah, so you guys are going to approach the center of the area, and with your dark vision, roll for stealth. I know it's absurd at this point, but if anybody rolls a natural one, well, I'm going to say your cover's blown.
15 plus 10 plus 4.
No. I imagine everyone's like that.
But I'm also a fart, so I'm pretty sneaky.
Yeah, definitely.
34.
All right, so it was just for form at that point, so you guys move like the night itself, a shadow approaching the makeshift throne room of Tax Jeller, leader of the Servants of Wrath. As you approach, you see the 3 guards who have been tailing you approach from behind. You hear the snarl of dogs. And you see that Tax Jeller is not alone. He is accompanied by an individual. An individual? Roll for perception.
16.
22.
20.
Was it a natural 20? No, not a natural 20. And what did you get?
22.
So with your 22, Glenda, you recognize you could not call the person that is with Tax Jeller an individual, because it is the 2-bodied snake person who was bartending at the Tiki Hut.
She's a bitch.
I believe it.
So, you currently have a surprise on your side. They have not noticed you. There are guards coming from behind. There are dogs patrolling the area in front of you. There are not nearly as many vehicle piles surrounding this area. It is not quite as high in the air. It is as though this area was left intentionally open so that Tax and his goons could maneuver around easily. Could I get one more perception check, please? This one with disadvantage because it's very dark.
5.
Rolled a natural 20. 2 natural 20s.
No way.
Holy shit. Back to back.
Well,
And a natty 1.
Complete opposite.
My perception as a fart is ridiculous. I'm everywhere.
well, you recognize, although you are unable to communicate, that behind this mysterious pair of women with one body and Tax Jeller is the Happy Trickster's van. And it has been retrofitted with armor, plating, and the front of a train so that it can scoop and slide anything that it comes across.
Hey, guys.
You didn't see it. Yeah. Only the fart saw it.
Well, Xantor, how do you think we should go about killing all these people? Should we start back here and move our way in, or just go in guns a-blazing?
Well, we
Who
still
the
have
fuck put you two in charge? Holy shit.
We still have the element of surprise, so as much as I want to blow up shit.
Out of the group of baddies, who's like the biggest, toughest looking? Like, obviously, like, that's not like the leader, obviously. Is there like
Yeah,
a big?
sure.
Is there like
So
a relatively large one?
There's you guys don't really see how many dogs are patrolling the area, but there are 3 dogs that seem to be somewhat intimidating. The 3 folks that are approaching seem to be of relatively similar strength levels, but there are 3 people approaching, and one of them does have a slightly bigger gun than the others. He's got, it seems to have more accessories, like he's customized it a bit more.
Is he in front of the other 2? Is he
Yeah,
like leading
he's
the
almost
other 2?
like he's leading them.
Okay, so as they're discussing, here we go. As they're discussing
We were all
how they're
hoping this would
going to flank, and these people like trying to get an idea. So they're coming. We have 3 coming from behind us, but
there's 3 behind you.
The main baddie and the snake person.
Yeah,
in the
2
van
people in
are
front of you in a van,
us.
and there's some dogs.
And then the
somewhere.
dogs are kind of around. All right. Well, all right. Are you guys? I guess you are hidden. I'm trying to get a visual.
Yeah, you guys are. So they are hidden. There's scattered debris about, and they are tucked behind some of the scattered debris. Harry Frills, Granny Glenda, and Xxxzantor stealthed, approaching this group. The farts are on. I'm sorry. The guards are following behind. They are still on top of the buildings. All 3 of them are on top of the stacks of cars. All 3 of them now on the stacks of cars.
Oh, the 3, with the guy that we were talking about, with the big guy in front of him. All right, so you're gonna see that. Do they see that guy, or did I only see him? They saw him. They just didn't see the van.
Yeah,
and stuff, right?
everybody's aware of the enemies surrounding. They are not aware that the van is there.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, as you guys are discussing how you're going to flank, and you're looking up at those 3 guards that are coming behind us from the rear, I'm going to attempt to, in gaseous form, enter his lungs, and then transform into physical self.
All right. I don't think the rules necessarily.
It does specifically say that I can enter someone's personal space.
Well, that
It
is
doesn't
the
get much more
definition
personal.
of personal space. I'm gonna give him a Constitution saving throw to see if he coughs you out when he breathes you in.
Before I
Let's
transform.
just make this Constitution saving throw. And there couldn't be a worse time to get a natural one.
So this dude just explodes, and like the Matrix, like I'm just left my silhouette and my horns, and I'm just like full on Elijah, and it's like it's go time, and
Roll for initiative.
Can I turn invisible?
oh yeah,
Is that multiple times per day, or is that just once per
Oh,
day?
it is once per day.
it's like a feat, right?
Yeah.
Man,
And so you're up above us now,
just
right?
in a dusty cloud of blood in front of the other two guys.
Beautiful. That's so nice. I was like, yeah, just go get in the van and drive it out, but nope.
I'm actually.
You've exploded from the inside. So there's 2 more up top with you, and then
Yeah.
3 more in there's dogs. With
Dogs
both
and
parties.
2, so kind of like a boss, a pseudo boss with the snake, and then dogs, and then the other 2 up top with me.
Okay. Xantor got 13 on the initiative.
What is my initiative plus? Dirty 20.
Me too.
Nice.
Mine's +5.
Oh, I was waiting so long to get free and blow up in somebody. I'm like, come on, somebody, let's fail a stealth check. Whoever comes near us is about to explode.
And so we
That was
obviously,
beautiful.
yeah, but
Oh my god.
blood mist everywhere.
I cried.
Yeah, Drake is he likes that.
I knew you wanted to murder some people, so I just figured, like, let's just start it. Let's go in with a bang, fuck some people up.
All right, so we've got initiative set up, and as you appear on this stack of vehicles out of nowhere, like in superhero pose, surrounded by enemies, the Snake Woman acts first. You hear her 2 heads in unison laugh. How sweet. How savory. How wonderfully, delectably delightful. You see the 4 arms moving in concert and dance as their lithe bodies shift. They are each going to cast a spell. The right form with dark black hair casts the spell Haste on her form. The white-haired half of the Snake Woman casts Enlarge Person on Tax Jeller, the Rhino Folk leader of the Servants of Wrath.
Oh, dang. Oh, it's cool. Cool, Rhino. Oh man, we're gonna take a picture of this and put it on the thing.
We have some miniatures for this
people to
battle. There's a rhinoceros. It's quite cool.
He's definitely enlarged too.
Big fat smelly bastard. Stupid horn.
Tax, empowered by the Snake Woman's charms, is going to reach into his pocket and pull out a needle and inject himself with a mysterious substance his eyes go wide and red with rage. He can only see Elijah Woodstone at this time, and so he is going to take his enlarged rifle and point it directly at Elijah Woodstone and take 2 shots. He got a natural 1 on the first shot, so it's going to go far to the right, and he's actually going to hit one of his companion guards and absolutely decimate
Oh my
one
God.
of his Heaven's Devils teammates. The second shot, however,
I'm just like dancing my hips back and forth, like pretending I'm dodging things, but like I'm not.
does a 21 hit Elijah?
Oh, yes. Yes, I got hit.
All right, so
I did. I went right into that. I threw my hip right into that bullet.
all right, you're gonna take 2d8 and a d6 damage.
Oh, Jesus.
That's gonna be 10. Oh, and then that's going to be plus. So you're gonna take 14 damage
Damn.
as this shot catches you full in the shoulders.
Oh, I'm hit.
Only your only your magical prowess saves you from having this bullet rip through your shoulder, leaving it in shatters. It is but a glancing blow.
It's just a flesh wound. Y'all keep on.
Granny Glenda, it is your turn. You are still stealthed.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
But I have this like backpack on, right?
You have disadvantage on stealth checks, so if you're trying to stay stealth, you'll have to roll.
Alright, so I am. So how far away am I from
So
the closest?
you're about the folks behind you are roughly 15 feet away and about 20 feet in the air. So the Elijah and them they're high up on these stacked cars. The enemies in front of you are about 40 feet away and standing in relatively broad daylight, but there are scattered about bits of debris, and there is like another smaller stack of crushed vehicles that you could sneak behind if you were wanting to attempt to sneak up on these folks.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna sneak behind those.
All right, roll for stealth with disadvantage.
Let's see, that's gonna be 25.
All right, so with a 25, you pass unseen as all the attention is currently on Elijah. As you approach the car, you see in front of you is one of the snarling hellhounds that you have heard patrolling this area. You are roughly 10 feet away from this hellhound who has not yet perceived you.
Okay, so I'm guessing if I shoot it with this plasma gun, does the plasma gun cause like a lot of attention?
Yeah, you're gonna not any attack that you do, you're gonna be out of stealth.
That's true. Okay, well then I will attack with the plasma gun to hit this, or I'll attack with my, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll attack with the plasma gun. Is this an 18 hit?
An 18 hits the blink hellhounds. Oh, did I call them blink hellhounds? An 18 hits the beast in front of you.
Alrighty, let's see.
Blink means they're like portaling to hellhounds, I believe.
That's fine. So it's
Yes.
gonna be 9 damage. And then can I disengage and hide hide again? You can
Those are
only do
two
one.
separate action.
Do you
or two
have to
separate
disengage if you used a ranged weapon, though? Can't you just
Yeah,
hide?
you would have no need to disengage.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah, okay, then I'll just hide. That's right.
Because it's just to avoid the, the opportunity attack.
So is that a stealth check again?
Yeah, if you're trying to hide.
Disadvantage. That's gonna be 32.
Yeah, at this point, it's like a 5% chance for you to just get that natural one. Well, it's like a, what is it when you have disadvantage? Either way, yes, of course.
When it comes,
you're
though, it's
fine.
like, and she explodes.
Yeah. All right, so Granny Glenda uses her plasma torch to deal quite a bit of damage to this dog and then hides amidst the junk piled near her. She is out of sight currently.
Good rogue move.
It is now Elijah Woodstone's turn.
Alright, I got this dude right next to me, so I think I need to focus my attention on him. And so I'm just going to charge at him with my horns and see if I can't, knock him down. And even if I fall with him, that's okay. But, knock him down to where Xxxzantor
Sure,
is.
let's go ahead and make an attack.
It's like a charge with the head and kind of veering in the direction to just run off the edge. Antler attack. Oh, that's a hell of a leaner. 10 plus 4 for 14.
Alrighty, and are you adding your intelligence to that as well? From
Oh
your,
yeah, I forgot about that. That's gonna be 19.
Hat of the spell.
Yeah, my hat.
So with that, you charge at this heaven's devil, and with his, I'm sorry, that's going to be just to damage, not on your chance to hit. My apologies, but either way, the 14,
Oh, it's only the damage?
Yeah, the 14 would have hit. So you rack him with your horns and send him careening to the ground. So let's go ahead and, since you're wanting to attack and shove, we'll use your bonus action to shove, and we're going to roll a contested athletics there to make sure you get him off the top of this.
Alright. Oh. Only a 6.
He rolled a 4.
Oh, we did it.
So you send him
Tumbling.
careening to the ground, where he lands with a thud. Give me some damage for that attack with your
Horn attack.
horns.
Yes,
and then he's
sir.
going to take a d6 of damage from falling.
It's
Just
actually a
just an extra
D8.
one.
It's a D8 plus 4 now because of my silver tipped horns.
Silver
My
tipped
horns are
horns.
upgraded and girthy. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, it was only a 1.
So we have 2 1s on that, so he takes
Plus
2 damage.
4,
Oh, this is where that extra damage is going to come in from your intelligence.
oh, okay, so it'd be
modifier.
plus 4 plus 5. So it'd be 10.
That's pretty good still. So he's going to take 11 damage as he falls, breaking his ankle when he lands. He is hurt badly.
Do I need to roll to make sure I don't fall as well?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm okay.
If you had done poorly on any of those, or if you had lost those, then perhaps.
I just stumbled off. Alright.
So it is now going to be the Hellhound's turns, and you hear them howling in the distance, and yet inexplicably, and I guess at this point Elijah's still the one person that's revealed. I'm going to roll for perception with any of them that are near. Alright, so one of them is going to sniff out Xantor, and with a flash of light, blink into position right next to Xantor, and Drake Farkslot, another hound from the far distance, blinks forward to land next to Elijah Woodstone. The third hound is going to use its turn to attempt to perceive the enemy it knows is nearby, Granny Glenda, and it's going to roll a 20 on its perception. let's roll a contesting stealth check. And I'm sorry, Xantor, I didn't give you a chance to contest your perception check. Yours was a 19, so you have to beat a 19.
Natty 20.
All right, so we're gonna have a little retcon there, where that blink dog is spending its turn searching for you and fails to find you.
Nice.
All right, so since it was a tie, we're gonna say that the blink dog is able to locate Granny Glenda in her hiding spot, and you are tucked away in the crevice of the junk, holding your massive cannon, and its snarling maw moves towards you, looming, and it's going to make a bite attack. Does a 14 hit Granny Glenda?
16 is my hourglass.
So it snarls at you and bites, but it can't get past the massive gun that you are holding in your arms. And it is now Xantor's turn.
All right, so he's like he's like blending in with the cars and stuff. He's pretty cool. He's trying to like sneak around still and kind of get behind everything. Because what he wants to do is he's remembering that explosive shell that he has for his shotgun, and he really is trying to get everybody into a group. But he's probably not going to get that with the hellhounds blinking all over the place. But he sees that the rhino and the serpent lady are still in a group. So what he's trying to do is sneak kind of behind them and just like leap up on top of a vehicle and blast his explosive shell down onto them if possible.
So you are about 40 feet in front of them. You do not have enough movement to get up and behind them on anything. That would take dash action or two turns worth of moving. You wouldn't be able to attack afterwards. But from where you're at, you can shoot them. You are hidden and behind some debris about 40 feet in front of them. You have a gun that you're trying to shoot with, and it does have a 40-foot range.
He also had a frag grenade from the very beginning. Is that something he can throw?
Yeah, that's going to be an action to throw. And
So what he wants to do, he still wants to get up if he can. So either he's got like a pile of junk right in front of him. He would try to climb up that. Does the climb take an action? I forget. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just lost half sound.
That's just because of the connection. So
he's got 2 attacks.
It does not take an action to. It does not take an action to climb up. It takes double movement to climb up.
Okay, so he's standing right in front of a like a large little block where it looks like some cars have been crushed into like a cube form. He'd like to climb up on top of that real quick if possible, and be like, death to the shitty bartenders. And he's gonna throw his grenade, and then he's also gonna shoot his explosion shotgun.
All right, so
the grenade does.
The grenade.
Got a little description for the grenade, and I assume is the explosive shell kind of the same thing as that?
The explosive shell is going to be like a fireball.
All right, fragmentation grenade. Each creature within 20 feet of the exploding fragmentation grenade makes a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. Upon a fail, they'll take 5d6 piercing damage.
Yeah, and then a fireball is 8d6. So they're going to make 2 separate saves.
And take half damage if they save.
Okay. And what did you say that the save was?
15 DC dexterity.
So they pass for the grenade. Both of them do. And they both fail for the shotgun blast.
Alright, so we had a 5d6 for the grenade, and, I'm sorry, what was the exploding shotgun round?
8d6, so let's keep those separate because they failed, or they passed the first one and failed the second one, so 5d6 of damage. 6s. Did you roll it?
Alright. So the 5d6, that's a 18 on the fail, and then they would take half damage on the save for the other one.
So they take... So what did you just roll? 5d6?
Mm-hmm.
So they succeeded at the 5d6.
So they take half damage.
So they take 9 damage. And then we're going to do 8d8 for the...
Or 86.
Yeah, 8d6. Sorry.
Okay, about took advantage of that little slip up there. All right, 8d6.
Yeah, and they take full
And
damage.
they'll take full damage on this. Another 19 damage. And that's anybody within 20.
For both of them?
Yeah.
It's going to hit Tax and this snake lady full on.
So 27 total damage, is that what we're talking about?
28.
28, 19 plus, yep.
So
and
they
then
are-
he like blows the smoke off the barrel.
They are severely hurt, and she's going to need to make concentration checks to see if she's able to maintain concentration on those spells. So haste is going to drop, leaving her incapacitated for one turn. Or one half of her incapacitated for the turn, but the other half of this snake woman manages to maintain concentration on her spell, leaving Tax enlarged. It is now Drake's turn.
So Drake would try to take advantage of this gentleman who Elijah knocked down, and he'd sneak over and try to do like a little physical bite. And he's also got that razor wire, so if he can like rub up against him with his razor armor somehow, that would be great too. But just a normal like acid bite, which is a normal glaive attack. 23 to hit.
Alrighty.
And 5 damage. Oh, excuse me, 8 damage.
Alright, describe how Drake takes out this guard.
So he just like, you see him laying on the ground, and he just like, you know, like leaps over towards him real quick, and then like kind of just has his open mouth like hanging over his face, and then like some of the acid like drips down onto the guy's face, and then he like starts clawing at his face, and then he like sits on him with that razor back piece that just like kind of goes into his neck. So it's a combination of melting face, slash face, and then slice neck.
Acidy melting face.
So, we're back to the top of the round, and it is now one half of the snake woman's turn, and she's got absolute fire in her eyes, and she is enraged as she looks to the other half of her, which is now incapacitated, and she's going to say, "Fire, huh? Two can play at that game." And she's going to cast a fireball at oh, you know what? Harry didn't get a turn in that last round. That's what I'm just thinking. So we're going to give Harry his turn real quick. Harry, still sneaking. Holy shit, that was a lot of stuff that just happened. Is going to look at the hellhounds, and he's just saying, "Time to bust out the thrills." And he pulls out his long-barreled silver revolver, and he's going to take 2 shots at this hellhound.
I thought he was going to pull his cock out.
And he shoots just absolutely wide. Like, for all of his talk and bravado, he seems to be an awful shot. He rolled a 2 and a 6. So both of his shots missed. I regret putting the podcast on hold to go back and take his turn, but we have to make sure that we're staying up with the story.
We need him. We
Not
need him.
So
interested in it.
he's there, and he is no longer in stealth. You say you're not interested in him anymore. Hey, Dame. It's not always. It doesn't usually happen like that. It usually works better.
Just do better next time.
So his turn ends, and it is once more all the angry stuff happens. The snake woman is infuriated. She casts fireball, and it is going to hit Elijah, Xantor, and Harry. Everybody roll dexterity saving throws.
It hits the hellhound too, right?
It would hit the hellhound as well, yes.
And Drake.
Oh, and Drake. Oh my goodness.
You said Dex? Dex save?
Yes.
Lean or
27.
You're not adding 10 to that, are you? Okay, Jesus Christ.
+4, 11.
All right, so an 11 is going to fail. 27 passes.
I'm gonna die.
Everyone else failed as well. So let's see how much damage this is going to be. All right. We have a couple ones in there, which is great, but the rest are above a 3, so...
Now take half on a save.
If you made it, yeah, I take the full blunt.
All right, so we've got 10, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
I'm
So
unconscious.
26 damage if you failed, 13 if you succeeded. The hellhound blinks out of existence. The corpse of the Heaven's Devil is charred on the ground. Drake, how are you doing over there, buddy?
I only rolled for my boy. Let me roll for Drake. And dexterity save. He's pretty.
How much health does he
I'll
have?
go into heaven.
He got a 16 on
So
his.
he's saved.
And I'm sure that would kill his little butt, or at least knock him out.
I think even half
13
damage knocks
damage.
him out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a young boy. I've given him like 25 health or something. But that would take him out after being cut and electrocuted. He's
pretty rough. So
he's not feeling
Drake falls to the ground, wiped and exhausted, hurting, unable to move or respond to your commands. It is now Tax's turn. He's gonna say, "Yeah, that's right, baby. I love when you do that. Let's keep him burning, keep it going." And he's going to turn his gun towards the group. And he is going to shoot again at Elijah Woodstone.
I'm already dead.
I'm sorry, not Elijah Woodstone. He is going to shoot at Xantor, who stands defiantly in front of him. Rolling like just the worst. So he rolled a 2. So he is infuriated that he can't seem to get a shot off. He is going to dash forward, and with the spiked butt of his gun, he's going to make a slam attack at you. And let's see. Does an 18 hit Xantor?
Yes.
So he rams into you with the butt of his gun that hits you with the force of a dump truck. Xantor's going to take 16 damage as he is rocked by the heavy hit of this raging barbarian who's been enlarged. He stands towering above you, challenging you with his very presence. It is Granny Glenda's turn.
Okay, Granny Glenda's gonna... Granny Glenda's gonna take out the dog first.
You are currently being menaced by a blinking hellhound.
Yeah, that's the blinking hellhound. That's what I'm gonna go for. Take that one out first. I'm gonna hit it with my plasma gun. Does an 11 hit?
Unfortunately, an 11 does not hit.
Well, as a bonus action, I will hide again. Am I far enough away to hide, or did it?
He's right up on you. You
He's
could
right
bonus
up on me.
action disengage, but
haven't used your
I'll
movement.
bonus action and hit him with one of my needles.
unfortunately you can't access your needles while you're holding the big gun.
You can run.
Yeah, I'll
disengage.
disengage and get out of there.
All right, you got 25 feet of movement, and that can put you. Are you going to run towards the van, or back towards your companions?
I think towards the van, but like not leave. Like if how big is the stack of cars that I was hiding behind?
You've got roughly 10 or 15 feet of cars, but you could also reach about exactly 25 feet ahead of you is another cube of cars, so you would have something to hide behind, although you are not stealthed now.
Okay, I'll do that.
You'll do what?
I'll go and hide behind the cube of cars.
Alrighty. So you are not officially stealthed, but
No.
you are behind the cube of cars relative to the enemies that are looking to hurt you. Elijah Woodstone, it is your turn. Make a death saving throw.
What is a death saving throw?
Well, when one of our characters is fallen unconscious, they have to roll on a d20 with no modifiers. If you get above a 10, that counts as a success. If you get below a 10, that counts as a failure. 3 of either of these will either cause you to be... 3 successes means you're stabilized. 3 failures means that your character is all the way dead and can only be brought back with the use of a revive spell or something similar.
Fail.
Alright, so we have 1 fail for Elijah Woodstone. His character may, in fact, be lost forever. It is now the Blink Dog's turn. The one that is chasing Granny Glenda is going to continue to chase Granny Glenda and make an attack against her. Does an 18 hit Granny Glenda?
An 18 does hit.
Alright. You're going to take 5 damage as it bites into you, and I'm going to need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
You said that was 12 damage?
No, 5 damage, and you need to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, this is nervous. My palms are sweating right now.
21.
So you succeed. You feel the poisonous bite of this hound seep into you, but because of your lifetime of exposure to these chemicals, your tolerance is so high that you are not poisoned by this bite. The second remaining Blink Dog is going to leap at Xxxzantor. It's going to make an attack. Does a 10 hit Xxxzantor?
No.
So, Xxxzantor standing mighty and tall on this cube of debris manages to maneuver in minutia in such a way that the blinking hellhound is unable to bite at his ankles. It is now Xantor's turn. You are surrounded on one side by a hellhound and on the other by... Oh, that's right. He would have advantage because you are flanked. Nope, it's even worse. Okay, so Tax stands in front of you, and the blinking hellhound to your right.
So Xantor would want to go ahead and help Elijah. He'd like toss a health potion back there at him. He has...
Just gonna hit my unconscious body with a health potion.
Yeah, he tried to smash it, right around in here somewhere so that the splash damage would get onto you.
Like this was a video game or some sort of similar thing.
He doesn't want to move because he knows if he moves, he's going to get attacked by this huge rhino in
Alright,
front of
let's
him.
roll on the D100 to see if we're going to allow splash damage
Hit
from
me
poison,
right in the
from
face.
potions.
Hit me right in the face with that potion.
Here's how we're gonna do it. Okay, so the potion heals like, was it 1d8 plus 4? Is that what it is? So we'll treat this as a throw attack that if you hit, he will heal, but he'll also take damage from the throw attack. So roll. This will be one of your attacks for turn, and roll for attack.
So I'll heal less then?
You would heal less,
okay.
but you would still stabilize and get up.
So like a normal,
Just
like
a
thrown attack?
Yeah, just roll for dexterity. Roll a dexterity roll. It's on that last screen. Pierre grabs his dex. What is it?
18.
Alright, so does an 18 hit your AC, Elijah?
Yeah.
Alright, so you managed to hit Elijah with this, and it's going to deal 1d8 damage, and it's going to heal 1d8 plus 4.
Well, it does unless my shield would activate.
12 is what you just rolled for damage. 8 is
1d8.
Right, you're rolling 1d8 for damage, and then 1d8 for healing.
Oh. Well, this is it's gonna probably hurt him more than it helps him. Yeah, I got a 1.
So you got a 1 and an 8.
So it hurt him more than it... Okay, that's not how he wanted that to work at all.
You are stabilized for a brief moment.
He wasn't aiming for Elijah. He was aiming for like the area.
This is
around.
not Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
You're really trying for that splash rate, splash effect.
Okay, so
Just-
1 less potion and it hurts.
Normally you'd be caressing my head and pouring it gently into my unconscious mouth. So it was a good
Did he
effort.
at least lose that one failed save?
Yeah, he does lose the one failed save. That's what I was going to say. Is he wakes up briefly and feels a breath of life, and then realizes that there's shattered glass all over his body, and then passes back out. But you do now have 3 attempts. Can you lose that one fail that was on you?
Alright, so we start death saves over.
You still have another attack. That was just one attack per turn.
He's gonna aim his shotgun right into this big rhino fella's face and pull the trigger.
It seems reasonable.
We got a 22 to hit.
It is undeniable that will point blank destroy this individual. So how much damage?
17.
All right. So after your last assault dealing 28 damage, just 17 damage is extremely significant. And he is now bloodied, hurting, and in danger.
Xxxzantor thinks to himself, man, I sure would love to get away from these guys, but I wonder if they're gonna try to hit me. Is there like opportunity attacks? Is that a thing?
Big time, yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
he's just gonna stand his ground.
Alrighty, so...
Can he push? That's a bonus action, right?
It would
Is there
have
a
to
shove?
be... Yeah, it's unfortunate. You could shove the dog, but you would not be able to shove Tax because he's so much bigger than you.
All right, you try to shove the puppy away a little bit, like kick him away a little bit.
Sure. That'll be a contested athletics. Dog, this time rolls pretty well. He's got a 17 on that.
Yeah, beat my 10.
All right, so you kick down, but you just can't quite get the angle right, and it's just moving out of the way. We're back to the top of the key, and it is once more the snake woman's turn, and she can see that her beloved is hurting bad, and you can hear her cry out, "Hang in there, just a little bit longer." And she is going to...
Does Harry get a turn?
Oh, I've got to write Harry down. He's not written on the initiative. Hey, thanks, Xantor. It's good somebody's caring about me, you know. I mean, my own creator ignores me. It's like, this is why I live such a dour and dark life. It's like the DC universe over here.
Give him the frills, boss.
That's what I'm here for, is the frills and the thrills. And he pulls up his gun and points it at the blink dog that is menacing Xantor. His first shot misses. And so you see him grimace. He says, "You're better than this. You're better than this." And he kind of makes a side-eyed glance at Granny Glenda, and he's like, "Come on, don't let this dame outdo you. You gotta show her you mean something." And he's gonna point his gun, and with one hand shoved firmly in his pocket, his other hand pointed down range, he makes a critical hit against this blink dog with his revolver.
Oh my.
And just boom, the dog is, it just splatters gore and guts all over Tax and Xantor as it is knocked to pieces, and now it is truly the snake woman's turn. She says all those things. I love you. Hang in there. It's all gonna be great. We're gonna get out of here. Don't worry. And then she is going to speak and point at Xantor. She's going to cast Command. And she's going to say a single word. And that word is grovel. You're going to need to roll a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
He is groveling.
You are forced to your knees, and you spend the next turn prone and unable to move, unable to attack. It is now her other half's turn, and the other half is make a perception check, everybody.
Wait, I can't perceive anything. I'm unconscious.
11.
8.
All right, so you guys notice nothing. Let's see what Harry rolls. Harry got a 5. Nobody really notices anything as the second head comes back to life and awareness, and it is going to lift its hand and spin, and dark energies shoot out in two separate beams, one flying towards Granny Glenda, the other flying towards Elijah Woodstone.
He's already down.
I keep calling Xantor Elijah Woodstone, towards Xantor. Unfortunately, neither one of them are going to hit. Roll a 10 and a 15. So these Eldritch Blast beams fly off into the night harmless. It is Granny Glenda's turn.
Alright. How far away am I from the van?
You are currently about 20 feet from the passenger door of the van.
I'm going to disengage.
Okay. Bonus action disengage.
Yeah. And I'm going to go over to the van and climb into the driver's seat from the passenger seat if I can. Are the doors unlocked?
The doors are, you go to open it and you see that the doors are not unlocked, and there is this new high-powered armor plating on the van, and it's got that scoop in the front. It's been outfitted with like the front of the train and the sides of like a tank, and it is locked.
Could I slide a hand to try to unlock it?
Most certainly, that will be your action.
That's fine. I'm trying to come save you. Do I do it with disadvantage because of the gun?
If you're still holding the no, it's only stealth that you have disadvantage on.
Okay, then that'll be a 25.
Yeah, so the door opens and you're able to slide in. You do not have enough movement to get into the driver's seat because it was 20 feet away, and we've determined that it's difficult to move inside the van, so you would have enough to get inside the van, but not enough to do anything more than that.
Okay.
It's a good spot, though. You're kind of hidden, too, because you're in the van.
Yeah. That was the goal, and then that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, so Granny Glenda is now inside the van in the passenger seat. It is Elijah Woodstone's turn.
Come on, death save. Oh, 18, success.
All right, so we've got a single success. And if you do roll critical, you'll get up with 1 health. That's the really cool thing about what you're doing here. It is the Blink Dog, the one remaining Blink Dog's turn, and it is still going to keep chasing Granny Glenda, and it's going to nip at you from outside, and it's gonna critical hit. It is going to lash onto your arm as you attempt to enter into this vehicle, and I'm gonna need you to roll your Constitution saving throw again. You're gonna take 10 damage.
It's 19 on the Constitution saving.
So you manage to once more avoid the poison, but you are severely gored, and it is like grilled to you right now. It is now Xantor's turn.
Yeah, I think he's like, is he immobilized this round, or can he like go
Oh
ahead
yeah,
and
Xantor,
go?
you are groveling. So all that you can do is grovel. You're welcome to snarl or curse or say anything you'd like to while groveling as your turn.
Shitty bartender. Fuck you. That's it. He just wants to make sure she knows.
All right, so it is now Harry Frills' turn, and he is utterly enraged. He is going to continue his shooting spree. So he has let out, I think, 4 bullets so far. He's got 2 more in the chamber before he needs to reload, and he takes aim at Tax, who is menacing his friend, and he misses both of his shots on the man who's literally the size of a barn. He rolled an 8 and a 3, so it is, it's good that I remembered that it was his turn. It's great that he's here. He's a good character. We all really we like him a lot.
Nothing.
He killed a dog. He did kill a dog.
Okay.
He had a critical hit last round. He helped you. He did nothing. So it is now.
He shot like a silver medalist.
It is now the snake woman's turn, and she is going to snarl and attempt once more. She's going to attack with her Eldritch Blasts at in front of her is Harry and Xantor. Xantor does a 22 hit.
Yes.
All right, so she manages to just absolutely dig into Xantor, dealing 9 damage, and she shoots at Harry, and she's also able to hit Harry, dealing 8 damage. It is now the second half of her turn, and you hear the voice reach out again, attempting to keep Xantor down. Grovel. And you're going to roll that same wisdom saving throw.
Got a 14.
It's you get up on one knee and fight with all of your strength, only to be smashed back down again into the groveling position. Sorry, the DC's higher than that. It is now Granny Glenda's turn.
Okay. First off, bonus action. Pop a healing potion. So I don't die. And then after that, I'm going to get into the driver's seat and attempt to start the vehicle.
So it's a bonus action to take the potion, right?
Yeah.
So you would have to disengage to get, you are currently being attacked by this guy. So you're going to take an opportunity attack if you get into the driver's seat.
That's true. Okay. Well, then I'll disengage and I'll get into the driver's seat.
As a bonus action, disengage?
Yes.
Okay, so no potion?
No potion.
No potion. You're in the driver's seat.
I'm in the driver's seat. I'm gonna crank it up.
Alrighty. Roll for Arcana.
Uh-oh. I got it.
I don't-
-1.
I don't magic.
I do not magic there. It's gonna be an 11.
Alright, so the decided that this would be a pretty easy roll to get the car started because you've spent a lot of time with the group. You've seen what happens, and with your 11, you know that you're supposed to turn the key to turn the car on, but you don't know much else about how the car works. So the car is on. You still have your movement, and we can think about how Granny Glenda would approach it. If you could come up with some way that she might be able to finagle this, we can do a D100 roll. But we gotta see how Granny Glenda would handle this conundrum.
I guess at this point, she's looking around pretty confused and realizing that she probably doesn't actually know how to drive this thing, and I will get on the top of it to get a better angle on everybody with the gun.
Okay, I was going to give you a chance to try to drive the car. I was just saying, think of a way that Granny Glenda would figure out how to drive the car.
Just like hit buttons and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
if you don't want to do that, you don't
like,
have to. But
hit a couple, just start stomping and like moving all the levers around and pressing on the pedals and seeing which ones would work together.
So I figure there's like a 1 in 5 chance that Granny Glenda manages to hit the brake at the same time that she pulls the lever to put the car into gear and then hit the gas. But I think there's also a 20% chance that she would put the car in reverse.
And run over the dog.
The dog's by the door.
And we do still have the witch in the trunk too. I'd like to remind everybody.
You think that you have the witch in the trunk. There may or may not be a witch in the trunk.
I don't want to deal with the witch and this. Like, I'm about to fucking die. If I let a witch out right now, I'm definitely gonna die.
Just putting it out there.
All right, so I'm going to put the power in your hand. You can roll the D100. If you get below a 20, then it's going to be on and in drive. If you get above an 80, or an 80 or above, then it's going to be on and in reverse.
So close.
So Granny Glenda fiddles with the controls, but is unable to get the car into gear. You do still have movement if you want to move, or you can stay in this position and try again next turn. We'll give you better odds because you've just tried a bunch of different things and they didn't work.
Okay, I'll try again next turn then.
All right, it is now Elijah Woodstone's turn.
Natural 1.
Oh no, that counts as 2 fails.
We're back where we were, but with another fail.
The blink dog is going to attempt to.
Oh my god, Elijah's gonna die.
It is going to see that it can't quite get at Granny Glenda from where it's at, so it's going to blink over to Harry, who has been shooting at its master, and it's going to make an attack on Harry Frills. And it hits with an 18. It's going to deal 8 damage to Harry. He's going to fail his Constitution saving throw, and he is poisoned. He now has a disadvantage on his attacks and skill checks, as though he needed it. And it is now Xantor's turn. Xantor, because you've been under the influence of this command spell for 2 turns now, I'm going to give you a chance at the beginning of your turn to resist it. We're going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Now, as everybody knows, Xantor is very, very smart. He's a doctor and band leader and such. I would not necessarily call Xantor wise, though. So we'll see if he's a natty 20 would say otherwise.
Hey!
Yeah, 22.
So with your natural 20, you raise to one knee, then raise onto both feet. You will suffer a penalty of 1 attack for this round, but you are still able to make 1 attack.
He puts that shotgun right in that rhino's face and pulls the trigger.
All right, give me an attack roll.
26.
All right, give me some damage.
Max damage, come on.
11.
All right, so with 11 damage, you hear Tax groan. He is hurting. I think Tax missed his turn on this last round, so we'll give him a turn after this. He is hurting. He turns to look to the snake woman. He says, "Can't it be time yet?" She says, "Not yet." Fine. And he's going to turn towards Xxxzantor, and he's going to make 2 attacks with the butt of his gun.
Taking a potion is not like a bonus action. Or
Taking a potion is a bonus action, 100%.
Okay, can I do a bonus action? Okay, he wants to take a potion.
Both of those attacks miss anyways. He just is so dazed from being shot point blank twice that he just can't seem to hit. It is now Harry's turn. He is going to attempt a shot. Oh, he's got to reload, and then he's going to shoot at the blink hound. He's going to get another critical hit. So he manages to absolutely blast away this blink hound, leaving only Tax and this mysterious 2-bodied snake woman on the field. It is now the 2-bodied snake woman's turn, and she says, "Just a bit longer." And she is going to blast out with her Eldritch Blast, and she's just going to shoot with 4 of them at this point. Xxxzantor does, out of all of these, I think the only one that was higher than a 15 was a 22. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
Alright, Xxxzantor, you're going to take... It's max damage, so it's going to be 10 damage.
He's feeling it.
Yeah, so in response, Tax is going to look down and say, "Nothing but a puny little worm, aren't you, bug?" He's going to make 2 shots with his shotgun, but on the first shot, he rolls a natural 1, and so the shotgun, it's jammed. And he's going to have to use his other shot to unjam it. It is Granny Glenda's turn.
Okay. Try it again.
Yeah, so this time, we're going to say it's a 50-50 chance, and no matter what, it's going to be in gear. If it's below a 50, then you're going to get the car in drive. If it's above a 50, then the car's going to be in reverse.
Okay.
So the car is in reverse, but it is in gear. And that's not to say that Granny Glenda can't control it.
Yeah.
So you press the gas, and the car, much to your surprise, goes backwards. And so you're going to have disadvantage to control here. But what is your goal once you realize it's in backwards?
Once I realize it's in backwards.
In backwards, in reverse.
Once I realize it's in backwards.
That was contagious.
Once I realize it's in reverse, I'm going to kind of turn around and look behind me and look out the back glass, and then try to...
There's a clear path in front of you and a clear path behind you. There's debris to either side, so it would be tough to do like a 3-point turn or anything like that to try to right yourself. But it does look like there is a single cube that blocks the battlefield, and you could theoretically wrap the vehicle around that if it was your goal to get towards the battlefield or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards the battlefield, specifically to where Elijah is.
Okay, so in between where you are and where Elijah is, just to kind of paint a picture, the van is currently parallel or perpendicular to the approach of the battlefield. You have, as you guys approached this battlefield, you approached the van. The van was facing to the group's right, and you were approaching its side. Xantor and Elijah are still facing the side of the van, and as you back it up and attempt to circle around this debris, you will be in between you and Elijah. There is mountains of debris, and also the only path that could be open has Tax and Xantor doing battle with Xantor atop a large metal obtrusion.
Can I back into Tax?
So you're going to have, we'll call it, well, we don't have to call it anything. Let's find out how fast a car can go from stop to, how many feet can a car go in 6 seconds?
Xantor calls it badass.
Thank you.
I would if I was alive.
Alright, so at 20 miles per hour, you travel 29 feet per second. So, you're probably going more like 10 miles per hour though, so we'll call that 15 feet per second, and you have 6 seconds, so that's going to be 90 feet.
Alrighty. So I get 90 feet in a turn. Is that enough for me to back into?
Unfortunately, yeah, that's right. That's going to be enough to get you almost towards Tax, and you'll be accelerating towards him, but it's not quite enough to get all the way there.
Okay, next turn.
Okie dokie.
No.
Hopefully. It is now Eli's turn. This is quite a scary moment.
Success.
Oh, God. I don't want to kill. I've never had to kill a character before.
Do we need to either accomplish this round, or I'm going 50-50 death.
You were just less than 50-50
Yeah.
then, so. It is now Xantor's turn.
Alright, Xantor's gonna take a free action to holler at Harry down there and be like, "Get Elijah! He's about to die!" And as he's doing that, he's pulling out one of his last 2 shotgun shells out of his bandolero and loading them into the gun to fire another round into the rhino buddy there.
How many shells do you have left?
2. So one more after this. Wow. Yeah, he wish he could have found like some kind of armor, or not armor, but the like the
Armory?
ammo thing that they were describing in the beginning. He never stumbled across any of that stuff. So.
Or perhaps a bullet maker.
Yeah, something to make bullets, but just that weird sex toy. 20 to hit.
Give us some damage.
Yeah, 17.
Alright, so you blast him full in the chest. He takes the full brunt of the hit and falls to one knee. Then falls to the ground, and he is now in death saving throws.
He's gonna load up that last shotgun and point it at the little lady, 2-headed lady, and take one more shot. His last shot. For a 10, 10 probably doesn't hit this kind of range.
Yeah, so you're gonna shoot wide, and it's more or less it's a shotgun shot, so it's gonna spread wide. Or are they slugs or are they?
These
they're
were
buckshot?
these
That was
were
the bug. They were slugs. It's hard to remember, so it goes wide.
Either way,
either way it misses, and so she is enraged. Both of these women are enraged. Their eyes wide. We'll give everyone once more a chance to roll for perception to see if they notice anything as the snake woman responds.
I see blue. It is glorious.
17.
Okay, so you guys both notice with your perception rolls that one of the women in the snake body looks horrified and angry, and the other one looks hopeful, excited, almost happy to see Tax fall to the ground. It is now their turn, and you're going to hear a blood-curdling shriek as the snake woman responds to this individual falling, and just as quickly as you saw that image appear on her face, the second snake woman snaps back to rapt attention. The second snake woman, the light-haired half of her body, is going to speak a word. Love. And when she says this one word, Tax rises back to his feet, healed by the healing word of love. The second half drops her concentration on the enlarged spell, shrinking Tax, and then in unison, the pair of snake women rush forward and grab onto Tax, and you hear magic words in a language you can't comprehend, and a door between dimensions opens, and the two escape somewhere beyond your sight. And we'll pick up there next time on the next thrilling episode of Wooks and Warlocks.
Oh my goodness. Death saves.
I'm getting.
Round and around in the tunnel when it's dark we go, searching through the rubble for what once was spark like a shout in the night. And the sight of the past, it can fill us with fear all night, though we know the wheel comes back after time. Oh, sweet time. And the soul will rise from the ashes. We will climb as we shout into the night. Let no man use my battle cry.
Wooks and Warlocks features Anthony Ryan as Xxxzantor, the Bugfolk Ranger, Jesse Bennett as Granny Glenda, half Foxfolk Rogue, John Lombardi as Elijah Woodstone, the Elk Folk Wizard, and Trey Miller as Dungeon Master. Intro and outro feature the song Flight of the Phoenix by Tirefire. Recording and editing are completed in-house by the Wooks and Warlocks team, recording consultation provided by Adam Horwitz. You can find us online at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Discord under the name Wooks and Warlocks. Links can be found in the description. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Wooks and Warlocks, please contact us at wooksandwarlocks@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.
Dark clouds brew in a storm deep in the sky. Words spoken in anger, vibrate like a neon sign in the mind's eye, multiplied by time and time again. It's those we love that we lose when we struggle with what's inside, just hoping for hope, something to